The people who change your life the most are rarely the ones who gave you the best advice. They didn't tell you what to do. They didn't solve your problems or hand you a plan. They just showed up again and again in the small moments and the hard ones. And somehow that changed everything. Friendships are one of the most important topics in any language, but in English, they can be difficult to talk about well. Not because the words are complicated, but because friendship language is emotional, subtle. It involves memory, history, the things you feel but don't always say. Today, you will learn 10 phrases for talking about connection, loyalty, and the people who matter most. By the end of this episode, you will have real language for one of the most human conversations there is. Before we begin, I want you to notice something about what is happening right now. At A1, you learned words for feelings: happy, sad, nervous, tired. These were the first tools, single words for single emotions. At day 28, something different is happening. You are not just understanding the words in this story, you are understanding what they mean. The feeling behind a sentence, the thing a character almost says but doesn't, the weight of a silence. That is emotional comprehension. That is what listening fluency actually feels like in a second language, and you are doing it right now. This is what this series was built for. 30 days of listening, one story at a time, from A1 to B1. 2 days left. Let's not stop now. It is Wednesday morning. Sarah wakes up at 7. She lies still for a moment, looking at the ceiling. She is still thinking about last night. Mr. Beaumont saying, "I am a different person in the morning." Rosa finding the pastries near her building. The quiet young man who said, "Consistency," and got it exactly right. She thinks about the people who have shown up for her. Over 4 years, in a city that was not hers at first, and is now. She picks up her phone. There is a message from Maya from last night. "Hey, how was Tuesday? Haven't heard from you since the budget conversation." Sarah types back, "Really good, actually. Are you free today?" Maya, "Yes, come over at 10. We can cook something and take it to the park." Maya lives 6 blocks from Sarah, on a tree-lined street in Carroll Gardens, a third-floor apartment with tall windows, a vinyl record collection that takes up 1 full wall, and a kitchen that always smells like something good. Sarah has spent more time in that kitchen than in many restaurants. She arrives at 10:05. Maya is already at the counter, pulling things from the fridge. "Okay," Maya says. "We have bread, mozzarella, tomatoes, basil, 1 lemon, and what I believe is a mango." That's a very random combination. "That's what I have. We make it work." They have been making things work together for 4 years now. That is not a long time. And also, it is. In a city where people come and go, 4 years with the same person means something. They go back a long way, for Brooklyn standards at least. Go back a long way. This phrase means to have known someone for a long time, to share a history, a set of memories, a connection that was built over years. We go back a long way, before either of us knew what we were doing here. They go back a long way. Same neighborhood, same school, years of small shared moments. For people who go back a long way, no explanation is needed. Sarah takes the mozzarella and starts slicing. Maya squeezes the lemon. Outside the tall window, Carroll Gardens is doing what it does on Wednesday mornings, quietly, unhurriedly, belonging only to the people who live there. "Can I tell you something?" Sarah says. "Always," Maya says. "I was thinking this morning about when we met, the Bushwick thing." Maya laughs, a short, warm sound. "The record night. You said something at the end. You said, 'I feel like we have a lot in common.' I remember thinking I felt exactly the same, but I would never have said it first." Have a lot in common. This means to share interests, values, and ways of seeing things, to be similar to someone in ways that actually matter. We have a lot in common. The same taste in music, the same way of moving through a city. When you have a lot in common with someone, conversation doesn't feel like work. I know, Maya says simply. She is arranging the tomatoes without looking up. That's why I said it first. The next day, Maya had sent a message. Hey, it's Maya from last night. Coffee sometime? Sarah had read it twice and typed back yes before she had time to overthink it. Reach out. To reach out means to contact someone, especially to make the first move, to close the distance between yourself and another person. You reach out when you want something to begin. She reached out the next day, which surprised him. It takes courage to reach out first, but it is almost always worth it. He had wanted to reach out for months before he finally did. Sarah thinks about what Brooklyn had felt like at that point, 3 months in, knowing almost no one. She had been fine. She had walked around, sketched things, found her coffee places, submitted freelance work from her desk. Fine was not the problem. Fine was just lonely in a way she hadn't admitted yet. You made me feel at home here, Sarah says, before I actually felt at home. Maya looks up. What do you mean? I mean, the city didn't feel like mine yet, but when I was with you, it did. Make someone feel at home. To make someone feel at home means to make them feel comfortable, welcome, at ease, as though they belong, even in a place that is still unfamiliar. It is one of the most generous things one person can do for another. She made everyone feel at home, even in a room full of strangers. He made her feel at home in the city within the first week. Maya doesn't say anything for a moment. She just nods and picks up the basil. They pack the food into a canvas bag. The bread, the mozzarella, the tomatoes, mango cut into slices, 2 small containers of olives Maya found at the back of a shelf. A blanket is folded under Maya's arm. Prospect Park is 15 minutes on foot. They walk slowly, the bag between them. The June afternoon is warm, but not heavy, the kind of day that feels like the city is doing its best. They find a spot under a large oak near the long meadow, spread the blanket, and sit down. Around them, a family with a small dog, 2 men playing chess at a folding table, a woman reading on her back with one arm over her eyes. The park is full, but not crowded. There is room to breathe. Maya opens the food. They eat without hurry. Do you ever think about the people we knew early on? Sarah asks. Like the first year? The ones who aren't around anymore? Maya thinks for a moment. Yeah, there were a few people I thought would be here longer. What happened? I don't know. They moved, or we moved, or we just stopped being in each other's lives. No big reason. We just drifted apart. Drift apart. To drift apart means to gradually lose closeness with someone, not because of a fight or a clear ending, but because distance, time, or different directions slowly pull you away from each other. It happens quietly, often without anyone choosing it. They had been close in university, but slowly drifted apart after graduation. Some friendships drift apart when life changes, and that is okay. You don't always notice you've drifted apart until you realize how long it's been. I think about that sometimes, Sarah says, why some people stay and some don't. I think it's about who shows up, Maya says, not just once, consistently. Be there for someone. To be there for someone means to support them, to be present and available when they need you. It is more than being physically close. It means being reliable, emotionally available, ready to listen without an agenda. She was there for him during the hardest year of his life. Being there for someone doesn't always mean knowing what to say. I don't need advice. I just need you to be there. A shoulder to lean on. This phrase describes someone you can go to for comfort and support, a person who is steady and reliable when you are struggling. A shoulder to lean on is not someone who fixes things. They are someone who stays. She had always been a shoulder to lean on, never too busy, never impatient. Moving to a new city is easier when you have a shoulder to lean on. A robin lands briefly near the edge of the blanket, looks at them without interest, and flies away. Maya eats a mango slice. Sarah watches the family with the dog. The afternoon passes without either of them tracking it. They talk about nothing and everything, a film Maya has been meaning to watch, a fabric she ordered online that arrived completely wrong, a client of Sarah's who keeps asking for more variations, small things, the kind of conversation that feels like resting. At some point, Sarah says, "You know, you bring out the best in me." Maya tilts her head. "How so?" "I don't know exactly. You don't push me or give me speeches. You're steady, and that makes me want to be steadier." Bring out the best in someone. This means to help someone be their best self, not by directing or criticizing, but simply by being the kind of person whose presence makes better things feel possible. You don't force it. You make it feel natural. She brings out the best in everyone she works with. A good friendship brings out the best in both people. "That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me," Maya says, "and you delivered it like you were describing a thermostat." Sarah laughs, the kind that comes quickly and fully before you can control it. Maya always does that. No matter how serious the subject, she always finds the small door back to something lighter. Pick up where you left off. This phrase means to continue something, a conversation, a friendship, from exactly where you stopped, with no awkwardness or adjustment needed, as if no time has passed at all. They hadn't spoken in 3 weeks, but they picked up exactly where they left off. The best friendships can always pick up where they left off. They pack up around 4. The park is quieter now. The families with small children have gone. The chess players are still there. The light through the trees is lower and longer. Sarah rolls the blanket. Maya lifts the canvas bag. They walk back through the park in the direction of Carroll Gardens, talking less now, the comfortable quiet of two people who don't need to fill every space. Sarah thinks, this is what it means to have someone who means the world to you. Not the grand gestures, not the speeches, just this, a Wednesday afternoon, food from a Kansas bag, the right kind of silence. Mean the world to someone. This phrase means to be extraordinarily important to someone, to matter to them in a way that words do not easily reach. When someone means the world to you, their presence in your life is not small, it is foundational. She doesn't say it often, but her daughter means the world to her. You don't always tell the people who mean the world to you that they do. He didn't realize how much she meant to him until she was gone. They say goodbye at the corner of Sarah's block. Same time next week, Maya says. Same time next week, Sarah says. She walks home with an empty canvas bag and a full afternoon. Today, Sarah and Maya cooked together in Maya's kitchen, walked to Prospect Park with food in a canvas bag, and spent a Wednesday afternoon the way good friendships are spent, without agenda, without effort, without rush. Nobody gave a speech. Nobody said anything that wrapped up neatly, but things were said that needed saying. Let's review today's vocabulary. Go back a long way. To have known someone for a long time. To share a long history together. Have a lot in common. to share interests, values, and ways of seeing the world. Reach out, to contact someone and make the first move toward connection. Make someone feel at home, to help someone feel welcome and comfortable in an unfamiliar place. Be there for someone, to be emotionally present and available when someone needs you. A shoulder to lean on, a person who offers steady comfort and support. Drift apart, to gradually lose closeness with someone without a clear reason or moment. Bring out the best in someone, to help someone be their best self naturally and without force. Pick up where you left off, to continue a friendship or conversation as if no time has passed. Mean the world to someone, to be extraordinarily important to someone. These 10 phrases are for the conversations that matter, the ones about people, connection, and the quiet ways we build a life alongside others. Tomorrow is day 29. Sarah has been in Brooklyn for 4 years. She has her work, her routines, her people. And tomorrow, someone asks her the question she has been putting off. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? She doesn't have a clean answer, but she knows she has to think about one. 2 days left. I will see you tomorrow.